Greetings class, this is your instructor, Dr. Weimer. Just want to make a quick video to talk about the do's and don'ts for the PowerPoint to be used in your informative speeches. So I just wanted to show you some examples of maybe not so great slides. So in this first one, let's look at this. We have some font that is difficult to read against a black background. We also have some font that's spilling over onto an image. We also have tons of font on this slide. So we're looking at a wall of font, which is not very fun for your audience. Most people are not going to read that. So be mindful that you only want to have 6 words across and 6 rows of verbiage on your slide, maximum, not minimum, maximum. So let's look at this next one. So we have red and green font, which is not a good selection because for those who have color blindness, this is not going to show up for them. You also want to be mindful of making your words in all capital letters. We don't want to be screaming at our audience. And you also want to be mindful of using images that are relevant to what you're talking about. If you look at that image, not really relevant to what's happening in this actual slide. So just be mindful of that. On this next slide though, this background is probably not the best choice. So the thing about this one, it makes it difficult for folks to read. It's almost, I think it's following the 6x6 rule, might have 7 rows of font there, I'm not really sure. But one thing that it does do that's really good is it does cite where the image comes from. So if you're going to use an image from the internet, make sure you tell us where it comes from. And you can just put that and copy and paste the URL underneath it. And it can be tiny like that. That's okay. So just be mindful of that background. This one is what I call my church bulletin slide. It's using every possible font that can be found, so just be mindful, use one type of font, and then again don't use red, and then make sure your font in your words don't spill over onto your images. And look at, if you pay attention, we've got some wedding invitation font, difficult to read. There's just too much writing on this slide. So things to be aware of, keep it simple. So follow that 6x6 rule. Make sure the words that you have on your slide are important. Keywords are best. Pictures have got to make sense. And also, use good pictures. Use pictures that you have taken of your service learning. And then make sure that you cite them. Make sure those pictures are not offensive. They're appropriate for class. Don't use red and green font. And then make sure that you can see your text against your background. And then finally, cite your pictures. And then finally make sure that you can see your pictures, and they're clear. Make sure that you stand where I can see your PowerPoint. Keep it simple rule, and then make sure you practice. So some other things you need to know about this, there's a maximum of 4 slides that you can use, and that's not including your title slide. So it's going to be a title slide, 4 content slides, and then you're going to end again with that same title slide. You don't have to have 4 content slides. You can have 2 content slides. You can have 1 PowerPoint slide. It's up to you, but a maximum of 4. So make sure that we don't have really long PowerPoints. Anyways, if you have any questions, just let me know. Thank you very much.